Let's break down the different types of professionals in the bachata dancing. First off, let's start off with who isn't a professional. No shade intended whatsoever, but the official definition of a professional is a person who is engaged in a specific paid occupation, often requiring extensive education, training, and specialized skills. So, that being said, who is not a professional? Number one, guest dancers. Although there is a way to get paid for this. It's not free entry to events. Teaching assistants. And I really hope that we move away from this whole teaching assistant kind of mindset. I'm sure I can do another long video on this, but we need to get away from that. Competition winners. Just because you win a competition, it doesn't suddenly make you a professional dancer. Event volunteers. You're volunteering at an event, maybe you're on the door, maybe you are helping out, not a professional. And basically anyone else who works for free, because the key here is paid. So even if you have been teaching dance, but you have been doing it for free the entire time, theoretically you're not a professional dance teacher. You're just someone who likes dancing and sharing that knowledge. I'm waiting for the controversy in the comments. I'm ready for it. Let's move on to what is actually classed as a professional dancer or a professional dance teacher, or basically just a professional in the bachata scene. So number one is the obvious one. You have teachers that get paid to teach. So if I go to an event in London, there's the organizer, they will pay me to teach a class as a professional dance teacher. This one is the pretty obvious one, and it is how a lot of dance teachers make their money. The next one, and quite often, they can be the teacher as well, but it's people who organize classes and workshops. So for example, I will organize bachata boot camps in various locations in the UK, and that makes me an organizer who gets paid to organize. So I guess a professional organizer, but also I am teaching at this event, so I'm a professional teacher as well. So class and workshop organizers, something that I do. Another example would be Ashley Martinez. She does a lot of Dominican bachata workshops. Or Tiago does boot camps in Kent as well, which I'll be joining him in January for. Casual plug. Next up, we have event organizers. So you're thinking like maybe an all-dayer or a big festival. Examples that come to mind are Faddy K. He organizes ABCD Festival, which is a big event. So he is a festival organizer and event organizer. I know Bachata Cambridge, Veronica, they do like an all-day event. They are an event organizer. Myself as well, part of Norwich Latin Dance, we'll do all-day events. One day, all-dayers, styling events, that kind of thing. And that is also something that I get paid to do. Going back to the teaching perspective, you also have guest teaching. So you could go into another school and teach as a guest at that school, at that event. And some people will make all of their money just by doing that. So they don't organize any classes, they don't do a weekly class, they don't organize events, but they will go in as a guest teacher and get paid by the organizers of that event, of the festival, of the monthly party, whatever it is. And this can be on a local scale and also on an international scale as well. Next up, we have platform owners. So this is specifically something online, which is generating income. So for example, a YouTube channel or an online teaching platform. Ones that come to mind are Belinda. She's got a bachata, I think they do salsa as well, teaching platform. I know Jeremy is also creating a new platform, which is, I think, coming soon. I've seen a lot of things on his stories. And I'm also part of the Under the Sun team, who are also launching an online service. And the people that own these platforms are the professional in this setting that are getting paid because they own a platform. They're also getting paid because they are teaching. Some of them are teaching on this platform as well. So you get that double income. Next up, you have content creators. Now, they might not necessarily be teachers. They might not even necessarily have been on the scene for very long. Maybe they don't own a platform or an asset or a website, but they own content, and content is an asset. And if you can monetize that content, then you are also a professional. Does that make you a professional dancer? Not necessarily, but it does make you a professional content creator within the bachata scene. Next up, you have promoters. So event promoters, the ones that you see online that use my code for this because in exchange, they might get maybe free entry, which technically doesn't count as a professional, not in my opinion anyway, but they might also get paid, so a commission based on that. Now, these are professional salespeople. They're not professional dancers, although they might be. They're not professional teachers, although they might be, or organizers, but they are professional salespeople within the scene. So the promoters are there also earning their income within the bachata, money sphere. And the other one I wanted to touch on was earlier I said that guest dancers were not professionals, right? Because they don't get paid, they just get free entry to things. And again, I said, it doesn't really count. However, and this is something that's kind of dying out now, but it's a taxi dancer. You used to have taxi dancers that would get paid to come to an event. So they get free entry and they would get paid to come to an event and dance with everybody. So that is another way that you can earn some income in the dance scene and become a professional taxi dancer. I will say, I feel like in the bachata scene, this has died out completely. I actually have another video coming up on this topic of, things that have died or changed or transitioned in the bachata scene. I'm actually really looking forward to film that. I think I'm going to do that one next. And finally, within the professional scene, you have business functions. That could be admin. That could be a video editor. That could be your finance team or your accountant. All these guys are professionals in their own right, but they still work within the bachata dance scene. And if you are one of these roles, I'd be really interested to hear which role you are. Pop it in the comments below and add your Instagram tag so I can follow you also. If you want me to go a little bit deeper into these roles and what they actually involve, for example, a dance teacher role versus a dance teacher and organizer role and how they differ in terms of percentage of time teaching versus marketing versus admin versus organizing, and you want to know that information, let me know in the comments below. And for this one, I'm going to let YouTube decide which video you should watch next. It's going to pop up right here for you. I'll see you there. Bye.